Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are so excited you're here tonight. You are in for a real treat. The gal who's going to be sharing her testimony tonight is just one of my sweet friends and truly just amazing. I'm so thankful to get to know her and just share this with you all tonight. You're going to be amazed at her story. With that, by the way, my name's Nikki McCutchen. I'll be your host. And what we're going to be sharing is for informational purposes only. All LifeWave products are not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any dis-ease. If you are pregnant or nursing, please check with your healthcare practitioner first. And so with that, the call will just be for 30 minutes tonight. And so I'm going to bring on my sweet friend, Carrie Lindsay. Her and her husband own Legacy Fitness Solutions. They are phenomenal personal trainers here in Tulsa. So if you are looking for some fabulous tips in personal training, especially just all the little things to make things better and help things, even just how your body works and working with that and making little tweaks, they are phenomenal and just fabulously educated, care about people. And so just definitely want to get you to know their business if you are here in the Tulsa area. So with that, Carrie, I would love to have you come on and just share why you decided to start with the technology and then how long you've been using the technology and what you have noticed since. Did you freeze? Did she freeze?
I'm on. I
Oh,
see
there
you.
you go. Okay. Yay. All right. Come on, Carrie.
Hi. It's good
Hi.
to see you. Thank you for having me tonight.
Yes, absolutely.
So I have been on LifeWave probably this would be almost my third month. I'm going on my third month.
Mhm.
Um, I have there's a couple things that have been going on that I was experiencing, and then I basically forgot I was experiencing them because it's gone. So one of those was I was diagnosed with high blood pressure. And I think a lot of that was like anxiety based. And so it was just this whole thing. But I am no longer on high blood pressure meds. My blood pressure is completely perfect. I the anxiety part of it too is like I don't even think about it anymore. Like I don't even feel like any symptoms of anxiety. So therefore, like everything just feels so normal and regulated. I guess just a sense of well-being. Um, and then I've noticed also I had a procedure done last year. I had surgery on my leg and I had a pretty nasty scar. I had some, tissue cut out. So now I'm experiencing new tissue growth on my leg, which is very nice. My scar is minimizing. Um, I'm burning more calories through the day, which I didn't even think about that. Um, and I thought I had a lot of energy till I had a lot of energy, which is, it's funny because I'm on a training floor all day with clients. And so when it's my turn, I'm like, oh, it's difficult, but it's really not anymore. I don't feel tired. I work all day. I train. I come home. I walk my dogs. I mean, so I feel good. My skin has. I've noticed my skin a more. I feel like I guess a more youthful appearance. It's smooth. I don't know. Just a lot of good things going on.
Yes, absolutely. That's amazing. And so, and you also, because you were drinking caffeine before as well, right? To help you get through the day, and now you don't need it.
Not at all. Not one drop. I used to start my day with 2 cups of coffee every day. And I do not, I am completely off caffeine.
Yes, that's
Yes,
incredible. Yes. And
yes,
so the calorie burn, so you're keeping track, you have a watch or something that keeps track of the calorie
yep,
burn. So
yep.
what was it about it? Like, are you noticing based on certain exercises you're doing, or is it just every single day that you're noticing that, or is there a particular type of exercise?
It's actually, to be honest, both because I do run around when I work with weights all day. But I have noticed, I look at my watch, I'm like, oh my goodness, my calorie burn's just a lot higher. But I mean, to answer your question, even just everyday movement, but also during my training, also during my cardio sessions, even when I'm walking the dog. So I'm not doing anything, especially like when I'm walking the dog, it's just a nice little brisk walk. But I've noticed that it's a higher calorie burn, and my body composition is,
Mhm.
I feel like it's changing because I feel like I have a more, I feel like it's more, I've tightened up. My body's toned up a little bit more, which is nice. I'm pretty excited about it. And, like I said, I don't think about it until I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, you just kind of start noticing these little things when you look in the mirror one day, and I'm like, okay, this is great.
Yes, absolutely. So it's your body composition. It's not that you're seeing or that you have a reading on your watch. It's that you're actually feeling it in your body and then seeing it in the mirror.
Yes, so I have a Fitbit, so it tells me how many calories I burn a day, or it
Mhm.
tells me how many calories I burn during a workout. So it's higher than it was before.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. That's so exciting. I think every single woman is like, "Okay, please sign me up for that. Can I have that? I want some of that."
mhm,
I love it. Yes, that's
yeah,
fantastic. Yeah. And
it's
just the
just
more
it's just a
energy.
subtle change.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, I start my
Yes.
day early, so I start clients at 6 a.m. So
Mhm.
one, I'm not drinking coffee to get through the day. I'm not having like the midday crashes, like, oh my gosh, I got to go get some more caffeine to make it to the rest of the day. Like once I get started, I'm going until I
Mhm.
decide to sit down and rest for the evening.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is huge. I mean, to have that and not feel like you're just fighting with yourself to keep going or figure, oh, please, I need it. I need to get a drink. I need something to kick in
Yeah.
because I am so tired.
hmm
Yes.
Yes, especially when you're training clients all day because you have to be fresh that hour
Mhm.
that they come in. You cannot be yawning, you cannot be tired, you cannot be fit, you know what I mean? So I'm
Right.
ready to go each hour when I'm at work. So
Yeah.
it's nice.
That's awesome. And even just like the mental capacity that it takes to be with that client and what they need, and they need for you to be on so that you're seeing the little details and being able to, push or advise. And if you're not mentally checked in, it's very easy to not have things missed for your client.
Right. I don't, I will tell you last year, I was having some brain fog and I no longer have brain fog. Now tonight I am tired because I've been up since 4 a.m., but that's a good tired, but not, like I said, not a brain fog tired. I'm ready to go.
Right.
Yeah, so
Yes.
it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I am with you there for sure. So, and just to have that peace of mind that comes with that overall sense of well-being to feel even and balanced, like that reduces so much stress and anxiety just to feel better.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Because sometimes you're like, what is the matter? You go through the day, you're like, something's off.
Right.
Or what is the matter? Why am I feeling a certain type of way? But I will
Mhm.
say I do feel a lot more relaxed and not so, anxious or just,
Mhm.
I mean, everything. It's just everything. I mean, the list just goes on. But like I said before, it's just the subtle changes that you start noticing because when you talk about it, you're like, oh yeah, I'm not even experiencing that anymore.
Right.
Like we were,
Yeah. Especially
like
the
we were,
anxiety for you to like really want, hoping that it's going to help the anxiety. And then I ask you about it. You're like, oh my gosh, I forgot I even had anxiety.
yeah, yeah. And then also, like I mentioned to you, I'm not living my life on a blood pressure cuff.
Mhm.
I'm not living my, it's just anxiety, just having to think about that every day or take a blood pressure pill or have a, have a prescription. Like I'm totally off of them and my
Mhm.
blood pressure is perfect.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
for that, I'm so, so thankful.
Yeah. Praise the Lord to be medication
Yes,
free for sure.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. And so I wanted to kind of talk about too, because so you've just been on just the X39 for 3 months. That's all she's wearing. And kind of had these experience and noticing. But when we first started with the X39, you kind of had some detoxification reactions going on. And I think it's so important for people to understand that when your body is trying to operate optimally, there's things that get stuck. They get stuck inside, and then your body walls them off to try to protect, yourself from it because it doesn't have a way to get rid of it yet. And a lot of times, this technology will enable someone's body to now be able to try to detoxify that. And a lot of people freak out about any type of symptom or detoxification reaction when in reality, your body is now has the capacity to deal with something, and we need to try to deal with it just in a slower, more managed way.
Yes. I mean, and I was not having it. I did not like that at all. So I mean, you walked me through it and I'm very thankful just to ease into it. I'm one of those people that my body just had to get, had to detox. And I mean, I did not want to put that patch back on. And so I'm so thankful that you kept saying, let's just ease into the time, ease into that, just a few hours here and there. And by the time, I mean, I think we went down to like what I went to, it was 3 hours. And then I
Mhm.
think I bumped it to 6. But I wore it for 3 hours for probably a week. And then I
Yeah.
wore it for 6 hours for probably another week. And then I bumped it. And then I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm wearing it for 12 hours, but I
Yes.
mean, I am glad now that I look back, I'm glad. And I would tell anybody, don't give up, just give it time to work.
Mhm.
Just like I coach my clients, I'm like, just you have to give the program time to work. You have to give your body time to start responding or whatever. You have to go through all those different little phases that your body's going to get fussy. It's not going to do it. But I mean, I would just give them a chance and I tell you, they will work because if anybody would be skeptical of anything, it would be me. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll see. But I'm truly thankful for them. But and I mean, like I say, I'm so thankful that you just stuck with me and let me get over, just this whole process and all the other stuff is gone. So it's like you detox, but get that out of the way, and then all this other stuff leaves as well. So yeah,
Exactly. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah,
I was just so thankful that you were willing because, to just to listen and say, okay, I'm going to go down to that 3 hours a day. So just so everybody knows, like sometimes people need to even go down to an hour a day if needed. And I just tell people to take that same patch, just keep it, then use tape the next day.
yep,
So I had Carrie just, keep track of the 3 hours so she would know when that patch had been used for 12 hours. And then, again, it was up to her. If you want to bump it up to 4 hours, if you want to jump to six, and then just keep track so you know. So at 12 hours, then you're going to replace that patch once you hit that. But that's the biggest thing is that so many people get so nervous and afraid anytime there's any kind of symptomology because it seems like in America, we just want to shut things down and any kind of pain is bad pain, which I'm sure you see that in the gym as well. Like, oh,
yes,
well, I was way too sore, or or I'm not going to go back tomorrow, because I'm way too sore versus the thought process of you need to go back tomorrow so that you can help that lactic acid work out and move on down the road. So,
Exactly. I mean, I'm like, I need to get over myself and practice what I preach. And that's exactly what I did. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I wear it every single day. It's part of my routine. And I much rather wear a patch than be on medication. Much rather have a patch than have all those other nasty symptoms that I was having, not realizing I was having them, but I was having them. So,
Mhm. Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
yes.
Yeah. A lot of times we try to ignore things too, and
Mhm,
so, and just, try to get by and just think, oh, I'll be fine. When in
mhm,
reality, we have this amazing technology that all you have to do is just put it on your body. It takes 1 second, to put it on your body, go on
mhm.
about your day, doesn't interrupt anything, and you can just keep going and then, get your body back into optimal balance. And if there's, I'm just, so thankful that you were willing to, just work through it and just let the process, run its course. Just like you said, even with exercise, it's so necessary. And then that's true because exercise is also helping and promoting your body to work optimally. And so that goes hand in hand with this. And sometimes there's adjustments that have to be made so that your body can do those things.
You are correct.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Very good. Well, let me just tell everybody real quick how this technology works, and if you have any questions, you can type them in the chat or whatever. But basically, so this is just a tiny little patch. This is what we're talking about. Tiny little patch. This technology is FDA regulated as a general wellness product. The company has been around for over 20 years. It's a class 1 medical device, completely non-transdermal. So there's nothing transferring from the patch into your body. It is sealed on both sides with a medical grade plastic, completely hypoallergenic, sealed, working through light therapy. So even though we were talking about detoxification reaction, it's not because the patch is actually putting anything into your body. It's there is a light frequency that's being reflected, turning on different peptides in the body so that your body can then handle whatever it needs to do. And one of those things can be detoxification, but it's not like taking a medication or a supplement exogenously. Like with medication, you have a list of side effects. So detoxification is never a side effect. Detoxification is a natural body process that is necessary and important so that your body is able to work optimally. And so this technology has a 96% effectiveness rate. There is nothing else in the world that does what this technology does. The only thing that even comes close is a stem cell injection. Those are thousands and thousands of dollars. They don't always work. They're targeting one specific area. As you heard tonight, Carrie lists many different areas and benefits she's getting across her body, her brain, her ability to work out and burn more calories. So her body is functionally properly because it's using that energy in a proper way. She's got more energy. She doesn't need caffeine anymore. So all of these amazing things across her body that a stem cell injection would never touch. So the brain fog leaving. So many things operating optimally with one tiny little patch placed on her body, super easy each and every day. So this is extremely affordable when you're thinking about all the body processes that is happening and is affecting and helping Carrie's body. Think of the amount of supplements that you would take and the cost that you would pay to have supplements that would allow you to have more energy, to sleep better, to not have anxiety, to burn more calories. There's all these supplementations or medications hand in hand in either way that would be much more than what this technology actually costs. We have over 200 patents. Okay, that is a huge, phenomenal accomplishment for a company to have over 200 patents on their technology. There's over 90 clinical studies. The peptide that gets activated by the X39, which is what Carrie is wearing, is the GHK copper peptide. So if I'm going to break it down as to how it works, the process is called photobiomodulation. That's a big word for light making change in the body. You all already understand what this is because every time you step out into the sun and the sun hits your skin and your eyes, it tells your body to make vitamin D, and your body begins to do that and work the way that it's supposed to. And the sun is the trigger that turns that on. Our body works the same way, only now with this technology, we are the light source. We are the heat source. We emit a low-grade infrared light. When you watch a movie or when you talk to someone in the military and they're talking about night vision goggles and they're talking about they're seeing a heat signature from an animal or from a person, and there's all these different colors, that is scientifically a low-grade infrared light. That low-grade infrared light hits this patch, hits that tiny little center of that patch, and it reflects off the crystal lattice structure that's in there at the microscopic level like a mirror, reflecting back into the body at a very specific frequency, turning on GHK copper peptide. So this truly is a peptide therapy product, your own body doing the work the way that God designed it to. So no injection, no chemicals, nothing going into the body other than a light frequency, turning those things on so that your body can operate optimally. We wear these 12 hours on and 12 hours off. Put them on in the morning when you get up, you take them off at night before you go to bed. The next day, you put on a brand new patch. As GHK is elevated and activated in your body, your stem cells begin to operate optimally at a younger, healthier state. By the time you're 30, you only have half of your stem cells that are working optimally. By the time you're 60, you only have 10% that are any longer working on their behalf for you. So you can see why most people between 30 and 60, aches, pains, illness, disease, all these things start to set in. But if you can turn those stem cells back on, 4,000 genes resetting to a younger, healthier state, then anything is possible. And your body gets to use those stem cells and send them to any area in your body that you need. So your cardiovascular health, which you got to hear Carrie talk about, is benefited. Your heart, your blood vessels, the lining of your blood vessels, every part of your cardiovascular system is benefited by turning on and activating GHK copper peptide and truly resetting to a younger, healthier state. Your brain function is now, you can have anxiety start to lift, depression start to lift, cortisol starts to become back in balance. So your hormones help to be back in balance. Your parasympathetic nervous system turns on and allows your body that rest and digest so that you're able to heal. Your body was designed to heal. And so when it goes into that rest and digest phase, it is able to then heal and regenerate itself. That's just how it was designed. Our bodies are designed to do. Collagen levels begin to increase. So collagen is actually the glue that allows our body to function and stick together. Most people just think it's hair, skin, and nails, which of course Carrie was talking about. It's helping with her skin. She's noticing in her skin. She has a scar that's beginning to remodel and repair from a surgery years ago. So all those things happen because yes, we're noticing it in our skin, but collagen is actually in your I want to say Achilles, but I'm thinking of tendons, in your ligaments, in your joints, in your cartilage, in your fascia, the meridian system that is made up in your body that they talk about with acupuncture. That's actually teeny tiny little collagen fibers that run all throughout your body so that different organs can talk to each other and communicate. It's fascinating. And this is benefiting every single part of the collagen in your body. Your immune system is now supported by GHK copper peptide. So that's just 5 major body systems that operate at a more optimal, functionally balanced state when GHK copper peptide is activated. If you Google GHK copper peptide, it's going to be a much longer list than just the 5 things I talked about, but it is absolutely fabulous. Truly, it is, we call it that peptide in the body. God has given it to us as a holy grail of healing because of all the things that the peptide does in our body. So what I tell people is if you have any kind of issue going on with you, any kind of diagnosis, you're going to need to give this technology 6 months to a year to really see what it can do for you. Okay. Carrie is extremely healthy. And so she was already doing so many things right. Her body just needed a little bit of extra help to get some of those things that were breaking down up over the edge. And that technology pushed her in that direction, which is why she's got all of these extra things that she's noticing with the body composition, with the calorie burn, because now her body has what it needs to do all those things that it was wanting to do, but just needed that little extra boost. If somebody has other kinds of illnesses and things going on, it may take you longer. You may not feel anything until you get down the road a little bit longer, or you have some tests run at 6 months or 12 months of utilizing the technology to really see in that blood work, or visiting your dentist or your eye doctor to see what's actually happening and benefiting you. So it really just depends sometimes on the state that you're in, but please commit to your health. Even if you have to go slower because of a detoxification process, make that commitment that you know that this is going to benefit your health. And there is nothing simpler than putting on a tiny little patch and going on about your day. I would 110% encourage you to get a trainer. Go work with Carrie. Go work with her husband, Stephen, here in Tulsa. Find a trainer in your area and do some of those other things. Learn about nutrition and learn about exercise so that you can have some of those all work together to help your body operate optimally. This patch is going to even extend all of those great things that you would be doing in a training environment as well, which is what Carrie has experienced. But if you're not going to do any of those things, it doesn't get any easier than putting on a tiny little patch. Hydration is huge for any possible health benefit in your body. You must be hydrated, not just allowing this patch to work properly, but for any body system function to actually work the way it was designed to work, you must have hydration. So half your body weight in ounces of water, good clean water from a good source. And if you are sweating, if you're sitting in a sauna, if you're exercising, if you're wearing patches, you probably need more than just the half your body weight in ounces. And so that's a really great starting point with that. So let me just see if there are any questions in the chat. Vicki, do you have anything that I need to pull up and read? Oh, so yeah, Carrie's saying amazing stories, amazing testimony. So glad you pressed through. A lot of people need to hear your testimony. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing, because you really are going to help a lot of people by being willing to talk about your story. Yeah, so no high blood pressure, no caffeine. Wow, such a great testimony. Thank you for sharing, Carrie. Yeah, let me see. So everybody's just so excited that you shared. Yeah, praise God. Absolutely great. So thank you so much, Carrie. I really appreciate you. Thank you for letting me kind of swap the times on us because of my crazy, insane day today. And so, yeah, with that, thank you again. We so appreciate you. Please check out Legacy Fitness Solutions and just see all the amazing things. They work with people virtually as well. So put that in your hat as well. If you want some amazing trainers, they do lots of things virtually with people. So with that, I will just say good night, unless there's anything else you'd like to add, Carrie.
I pretty much, like you pretty much summed it up, though, just like you talked about the patches, taking care of your body, it all just goes hand in hand. And just like you said earlier, it helps like just kind of get over that where your body's stuck. It helps it move along where it can run optimal. It can be, just like if I have a client that comes in and their body's not moving properly, then I have to get my tools out to help their body get over that, where it's functioning properly and things like that. But just like that patch for me, like I'm in there taking care of myself, but it was still arguing with me over some major things for me that was really setting me back. But like I say, it all works hand in hand. And like you say too, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Um, because like just like say any body function, anything like that, you have got to be hydrated. But it's well worth it. And like I say before, and I'll say it again, and I'll tell everybody, give it a try and just be patient with them and let them work, because you'll be so happy you did.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Thank you again so much, Carrie. We really
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
with that, yes, we just pray blessing over each and every one of you. Good night, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks again,
Good night.
Carrie.
God
Carrie,
bless.
Thank
awesome
you.
job, Nikki, as usual. You
God
look great,
bless.
girl.
Thank you.